Welcome to the Chartered Association of Business Schools' first ever online festival of learning, teaching and student experience. I'm Robert McIntosh and I'm the Chair of the Chartered Association of Business Schools. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to a fantastic week of opportunities to collaborate with, learn from and get to know peers across our membership. The Chartered ABS is a unique organisation. Our business schools across the UK teach around 15% of all students, making business the most popular subject at university level. We account for around 1/3 of the UK's international students, contributing billions of pounds to the wider economy. As a member organisation representing 120 schools of business and management across the UK, our vision is to be an organisation that fosters an engaged and coherent membership, advancing the case for high quality research and education in business. 2020 is of course a year like no other. Our annual LTSE conference was due to take place in May in Belfast, and like many others, we've had to move in place and space and time to be here together as a community digitally. Our challenge couldn't be bigger. How do we deliver engaging and excellent student experiences digitally and at scale over the academic year ahead? We have, however, two great advantages. First, our schools of business and management are inherently innovative. Many have been engaged in digital, distance or flexible learning to geographically dispersed communities of students for decades. Yes, the whole sector has had to move to blended online delivery at short notice this year, but we've got lots of prior experience that we could draw upon. Second, we have each other. Our national network of connections and collaborations allows us to quickly draw together lessons and mobilise best practice. Since March, the Chartered ABS has moved online, and in many ways we've discovered that our vision of creating an engaged and coherent membership is actually supported by the use of these digital platforms. Our specialist committees like LTSE have been meeting more regularly than ever before. In what we might think of as our analogue mode of operating, our business school deans would gather once a year at the national conference in November. And since March, our deans have met 7 times, comparing notes and building connections, each of us facing challenges in assessment regimes, student recruitment, digital graduations, pursuing our research mission remotely, and of course the well-being and safety of our staff. Facing those issues, it's been a tremendous asset to have fellow members of the Chartered ABS to turn to for advice, ideas and support. I'm confident that this week's LTSE Festival will present you with opportunities to learn from each other. We have an excellent roster of speakers and events, and whilst we will miss greeting each other in person, there are upsides to being able to dip in and out of this fantastic programme of events whilst the new academic year looms on the horizon. After this week's festival, we'll also make sure there are plenty of opportunities to engage with each other through the year. Please remember that the Chartered ABS is your organisation. We're here to support you and to help you with your development. If ever there was a time to pick up some useful advice in generating a great student experience, it's now, right at the start of an academic year which I suspect will mark a watershed for all of us. Thank you for the hard work you're putting into supporting your students and to continuing to enhance the reputation of business and management education in the UK. I hope you enjoy this week's festival and have a fantastic week. Thank you.
Hello everyone and welcome to this first digital LTSE conference of the Chartered Association of Business Schools. Well, what a year it's been. We're in the midst of a global crisis and the world seems a very different place. For us it's become a digital place which has its challenges but also creates opportunities. I don't think any of us quite predicted how dramatically the workplace would change when COVID hit earlier this year. Whilst I'm amazed how easily we embrace the technology, whether it be MS Teams or Zoom, we do miss those unintended interactions, the meetings in the corridors or on the stairs, which can most enlighten as well as help maintain our sense of humanity and sanity. The same is true of conferences. It's often the chat over coffee or over lunch which builds those important relationships and leads to collaborative endeavour. But we just have to work harder at it and approach it in a different way. And it's good practice because our students are going to face similar challenges. How do we help them to build a strong learning community in this new way of working. This event is very timely. We are all dying to know how others are dealing with the blended model, whether it be synchronous or asynchronous, or how they're managing the socially distanced face-to-face. So I think this year's conference will be a fact-finding mission like no other. We've all learnt a lot in the last 6 months. It's been a catalyst for much needed change and innovation in the learning and teaching space. We're seeing a paradigm shift in terms of pedagogy. COVID or not, this approach is long overdue and will no doubt herald the start of a more blended model relevant for the 21st century business school. Some faculty staff will need help with this. This is an area where Chartered ABS can provide support through the Certified Management and Business Educator Scheme, and I would urge you all to consider this if you haven't already done so. Teaching excellence has to be top of our agenda. So let's share our experiences and learn from one another. We have a great lineup of speakers and presentations, and events like this help to shape the future of learning, teaching and the student experience. I'm very excited to be part of it. Thank you and enjoy the festival.
Welcome to the online Festival of Learning, Teaching and Student Experience. This isn't quite the conference we were planning, and unless you actually live in Belfast, this isn't the venue we were planning either. But it will still be an exciting event, and we hope we'll be able to fully participate in it. And for those of you who've been looking forward to going to Belfast, don't worry. We've simply postponed that adventure until 2022. It's been a tough few months, and there'll be likely more tough months to come. But the special thing about this community, and in particular, all of you in it, is the sense that we're here to help and support each other, to learn from each other, to encourage each other, and to enjoy ourselves together. So I hope you feel that you will receive all of that through the course of the festival. As difficult as times are, there's still much to celebrate. So a few words of thanks from me. First to Heather McLaughlin, Chair of the LTSE Committee, and for all of the committee who put a huge amount of work into steering the festival and to making it what we believe will be a great success. To our fabulous keynote speakers and to the many members who are contributing to this week. There are over 100 of you, a sign of the health and breadth of excellence and innovation going on in our schools. And to our sponsors, Inspira Assessment, Pearson, McGraw-Hill, the Case Centre, Sage Publishing, Oxford University Press, and VitalSource. Thank you for your support. To my colleagues at the Chartered ABS, especially to Oliver and Pratika, and to someone many of you will never have met, Kim. Kim looks after our finances and single-handedly refunded all your payments for the cancelled event. Finally, to all of you, this is your conference. And although we're not together in person, I hope you will participate in the way you normally would do. This is a wonderful community because everyone supports each other. I hope you enjoy the week.